Hey, so an incremental analysis is actually part of a different chapter, but I can show you very quickly. Incremental analysis is basically when you try and figure out the effect on profit by looking at every line separately. So in this question, sorry, I'm just reading it for the first time. Okay, you got your sales, your variable cost, your contribution margin here at the top, your fixed cost, and your profit. And we're selling 300 units. Management wants to automate a portion of the process. The new equipment would reduce direct labor by 20. Okay, so this is a variable cost, right? So your variable cost per unit would go down by 20, but would result in a rental. So this is a fixed cost. So when you're doing an incremental analysis, you kind of want to make yourself a little table like this. We'll say whatever, before and after. And then the effect on profit. So I would put like change in profit. So let's start with the direct labor cost, right? So direct labor, or rather I should say variable expenses. So I'll put VC for variable costs. We know that before it is 32,700. But if they lower it by $20 per unit, right? So this 109 becomes 89. 89 times 300 is 26,700. 26,700. This would actually increase your profit by the difference. So that's what an incremental analysis is. It's when you go line by line, basically looking at how each element affects profit. So because this is an expense that's being reduced, profit would go up. But then your fixed costs, which are 40,000 before, would actually go up to 50,000 because of that new equipment. So this would be negative for profit by 10,000. What else does it say? It believes that the new equipment will increase reliability, thus resulting in an increase in monthly sales of 12%. Okay. So we're going to backtrack a little bit. Because our sales are changing, I'm going to put sales as one of the lines here, but I'm actually going to get rid of this. Okay, so look, your sales right now are 83,700. They're saying that sales would increase by 12%, right? So 83,000, if I add 12% to that, your sales would be 93,744. So instead of selling 300 units, now you're selling 12% more, so 336 units. So the reason I backtracked is because the variable cost will actually be based on 336. So remember that we reduced our variable cost to $89 per unit, but now we're selling more units. So I'm going to multiply that by the new number of units that I'm selling according to the question. So your variable costs are 29,904. So 29,904. Okay, so the difference here between the old cost and the new cost, I'm still saving money, so my profit is still going up, but it's going up by 2,796. And then the sales number, sales increase, so that would be positive for profit, 83,700, 10,044. Right, again, that's because sales are going up. If sales go up, profit goes up. Now, I don't know that I missed anything. What you would do now is just add up your last column here, 2,796 minus 10,000 plus 10,044. If the answer is positive, it means the second alternative, the after in this case, is better. So should the changes be made? Yes. If you do make the changes, your overall profit would increase by 2840. Let me know if that helps. Again, if it was a little bit confusing, it's because I was solving it at the same time as I was reading it for the first time. But this is how I would break it down if I were asked for an incremental analysis.